Okay, live video here, and I'm using a different technique this time. This is Mark coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. Usually I've got it on me, but now I'm going to have it on the subject that I want to talk about, and then I'll turn it around for a second. These are my brood sows. 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. I got 4 sows right now, and then my boar is crashed out, and he's over here in his hut. And this is really what I want to talk about, and it falls under the category of places and spaces. Okay, let me turn this around now. Okay, like I told you yesterday, cold, real cold right now, 5 below. No glove on this hand holding this. And this is a permanent shelter. And I don't build too many shelters for animals permanently, but this one I did. And the reason for it is because this is going to be, these are my brood sows, so they're big and they can move stuff around pretty good. Why did I pick this location? This is the point. When you're homesteading, you have to use every advantage that's presented to you. But sometimes you don't know an advantage from a disadvantage, so it takes time. But one thing that you can look for when you have animals is you can look for where they go when it gets cold. We've had this field in operation here. This is a ½ acre, and I just keep brood sows in here. It's close to the house. I let them farrow in here. It's close, it's easy, water, food, everything is right here. And they don't need a lot of space. They don't even want a lot of space. They don't like to work. They're just kind of lazy gals. Got a little TV in there for them, tuned to Oprah and Dr. Phil all the time. But hey friend, this is my friendly boar. Right here, his name's Friendly. But he's got big tusks, so even though he's friendly, I'm kind of weary of Friendly. But when we first put this field together and had pigs out here, I made a spot for them with a little bit of shelter and a little bit of bedding. And they dragged the bedding over here into this corner. Now this corner, is you can see, is right by the road. So I typically don't want to do that, but they're going to come down here anyway. And if you look the way the land lays here, this is sort of a drainage right here for, I guess, warm air. So I think it's running down from up there down through here, and they take advantage of it. These are big guys. They'll lay down any place, really. They don't really need shelter as much as our smaller people. Wow, my hand's cold. But what you want to do to find out the most advantageous place to put your animals is put them out there, let them get cold, and see where they go. Keep your housing for them mobile. And if you decide to build something that's a little bit more permanent like that, wait until you know where they're going to go anyway. So that's what I did. I noticed this morning. The cows, I mean, it was cold this morning, like 8 below or so. And the cows laid out last night instead of coming in the barn. And when I went in the barn, it was actually colder than it was outside. So, you know, they're not like us. It's 5 below. All they do is turn their thermostat up. But they're programmed to conserve as much energy as they can. So they are always taking advantage of a good thing when they find it. Now, how they sense it, I don't know. That's beyond my pay grade to answer that, but they do. Same thing with these guys. So this will work for all of your livestock, because you will notice, I'm going to go in this greenhouse. You will notice that they do things, and it's not always in line with what you're thinking. Last night, for instance, we put a bunch of bedding. Oh yeah. Put a bunch of bedding in the barn, thinking that, they'll be in the barn. Nope. They slept outside. Where the bale rings are, where I feed, I had moved them, and then there was some loose hay on the ground there. That's where they slept outside. But it was a still night. So it makes perfect sense to watch them and see what they do before you do any committing of housing or anything like that. Okay.